I have an opinion. Tell me if you agree or disagree. Do you feel like in order to be a strong player, you have to be from a strong region?
I have to say I disagree heavily.
Heavily? Whoa.
I actually disagree because I think that the strongest players in the world right now doesn't belong to regions that are the strongest.
Really? We're going to see about that.
Yeah, I have a heavy, strong, different opinion when it comes to that.
Okay. Now with 6, we have to kind of relook at everything. Who is the strongest region? Who has fallen off? Do we start from the best? Do we move down?
I would say that we'll start from the best.
Okay.
That there will be, better for people who just want to watch the video short.
Okay.
Give us the click.
That's right.
And you don't want to hear anything insulting.
That's right.
Don't scroll to the end of the video.
That's right. Yeah. So after this, after we both say who the best region is right now in the world, you can close out so we don't hurt your feelings.
You know what's the most ironic thing? Look at every group. As long as there's a Chinese guy in there, they are at the first place.
Oh my goodness.
As long as there's a Chinese guy in any group. Group B, Chinese guy, Chris Wong. C, DCQ. And the fourth and the A and D doesn't have any Chinese. E, Xian. F, no Chinese. G, UMA. And yeah, H, you don't have any.
Oh my gosh, you're actually right.
That's actually, so I think but it's not really fair because
oh my god, that's
China, SEA, like we are a very big region.
Yeah.
You can't just it's just like you go bring America and South America, all you lump in Dominican, you lump all into one.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
But I guess it's too big of a region, like we call Asia is even worse because if you put Japan into it, then Asia has to be the best, right? Because you lump every kind of region into it. We're lumping a very big area.
That is a big area. And maybe without saying anything, he might be higher up if he didn't move, huh? Oh, okay, no shots. That's no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're right. That is an issue. But one way I could look at it is, there's tournaments that China throws. So if we lump it all into who enters the China tournaments, everybody there, made it out on top. Why is that? I think kind of like what you're saying, there's a lot of tournaments, there's a lot of matches that were happening a lot. And something else we talked about a while back is that it is important, I think, to be a consistent player if you're consistently entering tournaments.
You're more experienced and more used to the situation.
Yes.
The only difference in playing in online tournaments and Capcom Cup is wearing in boxers and wearing jerseys. That's the only difference.
That's right. You got to get comfortable in both environments to be able to play well. So if we both kind of agree that right now China has a lock on the competition as the best, then for second place, I am going to say North America.
That's actually really biased. Are we both just going into this just shitting on every country, but just naming our own region as the best?
I'm saying North America for Street Fighter 6 has some of the best players in the world. You have Punk, you got Knuckle-Doo, you got Mena.
Wait, you count Mena as you count Mena as America too. So just like how I count Chinese, Hong Kong, China, Singapore,
Well, I think if you check Mena's address right now and where he started playing Street Fighter 6. You know what I'm saying? So, I do take technicalities in there. He got traded from the DR to the USA. So I have to, rightfully say that he's playing out of the, United States by way of Dominican Republic.
I see. He dry rushed all the way from DR to America.
Who is stronger than North America? I'm not saying that's a lock answer.
I would say that Japan is definitely up there, but the thing is that we don't see much Japan flag just because of how strict.
Wow.
You almost don't see a single Japan flag just bracing through like this. I see 1, 2.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, I misgot you Kun's name right there. Yeah, well, if you look at Japan's placement, it's all first or second out of their pools. Damn, they did good. Wait, USA? Oh, okay.
USA didn't do as good when you look at this table. They're always second.
Yes.
It's not too bad. They're not first, but they're second. It's not too bad. It's very close.
Yeah. 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 So just breaking this down, kind of looking.
But the thing is, everyone has the same. I would say that everyone has the same common understanding that the best player in the game is Mena and Angrybird.
Yeah.
And I have to say that they don't come from very strong region. But one of the main reason I feel very strongly about how you don't need a strong region in Street Fighter 6 is because Japan may be the strongest region. It doesn't matter because like you can play them from Korea, from China, from Singapore. Not that Street Fighter 6 netcode has become so good, like it kind of take away the advantages that Japan has so many good players. Like not everybody can have access to them, and they want to play people outside of Japan too, because the connection is good.
Yeah.
So the advantage kind of changes in that way, I feel.
Yeah, that's actually, you're right. I totally forgot that. My old head is thinking of the offline meetups, to practice, but this is a game where everything, a lot of it is online now. And the community has actually gotten tighter where, like you said, people can play everyone from everywhere. So damn, I mean, this is really kind of tough to say. I am biased when I say North America is strong, but I am sleeping on Japan, huh? I'm sleeping on Korea.
Japan, Korea has always been, they're always on the top, I would say, So Japan will be my third, second at least.
Second, okay.
Second, besides the Asia. So usually, generally, you could see that, I feel a little bit more biased towards Asia, and talking about like region-wise, Angrybird and Bieber don't have a good region, but they play with a lot of, like Southeast Asia, China, they can play with Korea, Japan, so it doesn't, the region thing kind of became irrelevant because the Angrybird and Bieber can only play with themselves. Then like how Street Fighter 5 and like previous version, then they don't get to benefit at all, and now it really changes everything. So I would say that, my final ranking, I'm gonna go for Chinese. Wait, I can't go for that. Like it's so unfair to say Chinese, but we say China. Like we're going into politics. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to go into politics.
Yeah, I don't want to go into politics as well.
I want to go into politics.
But it's hard to give. It's hard to give the region. I know. So, like, can I just say that? Okay, I'm not gonna go for most safest way. I would say Asia, including Japan.
Okay.
So China,
We're just
Hong
lumping.
Kong,
We're just lumping.
Singapore,
Right.
Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Asia.
Okay.
No
Asia's
doubt.
on top.
If you think Asia is not the first, you don't know how to play a game. Don't go home and sleep.
That is so safe.
Definitely, you can't. North America or Europe is not beating us. Asia. I mean, we're including Japan, Korea, China, the champion of the 1 million.
That's right.
In Hong Kong, Chris Wong, including Singapore. There's no way Asia. There's no way you're gonna beat Asia, dude. Hands down, 200%. You get bought in. Asia, and then America and Europe close, but very very close.
Yeah.
Also judging from Street Fighter League results, Europe always goes on the last place.
Yeah. Damn.
So very close. And then I would go for South America.
Yeah.
And then trying to name who is the last place isn't my favorite thing to do, so I will stop from there.
You're gonna stop it there. Yeah, I mean, you know what the thing is too is, I went to an event too, and I got to out in Saudi, and I got to see so many regions that I never knew had communities. So amazing to see all of that. There are communities everywhere, but a lot of people, went 0-2 in their tournament. So really trying to pinpoint who the worst is, we need to have a tournament of all the worst regions in the world that exclude the best. That's the only way we're gonna know who is the most ass.
But the one thing is we just forgot one region, the Middle East. They have 2 players. I don't know how to rate them. They have 2 players. They have 2 birds.
Among the best. Yeah, they have 2 birds.
Technically, they have 4 birds, from what I know. 2 of them came at the play during 6, you know. It's really, really hard to rig that region because they have 2 that is way stronger.
Yeah.
You know, so
they're messing up the graph.
Yeah, messing up the graph.
Because everybody's here, but you have 2 that are the best. Like, what do you do?
I do have to say they're above South America.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
gotta do
it's
it.
a bit better than Angrybird.
Yep, they can carry the region.
Yeah, they take care of the region.
Yeah. So
So now that I've did the safe way, so do you still going for North America first place when it comes to region, or are you going for Asia? Or are you gonna classify?
I don't know. I'm not classifying nothing. I'm gonna go with.
So did I just force you to pick Asia?
You kind of did, but am I gonna get politically assassinated if I?
So you still
Take
going for
what you,
America?
I can't say what you just said. I can't group them all.
Yeah, and so you have to say Asia is the best.
Asia's the best.
So is that your final answer?
Asia's going from what I have been educated on. Asia's the best.
Second.
Let me say it. I'll just say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with. Yes. Let me say. God. Yeah. Asia's the best. Japan,
You're not saying it?
Japan's number 2. US is number 3.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, you see what I did?
So when you say Asia, you mean Korea, China?
No,
Korea?
I didn't include Korea.
Oh, okay. So your Asia is just kind of like most of the Chinese countries, and then Japan. Second, wait, North America. Wait, you say North America was first.
I'm looking at this graph, okay, and it's telling me a different story. I see first, second. And I'm thinking now, you know, we're going to get a lot more data on this after Evo Japan, too, to see how the players fare up over there. But I'm sorry to say, I think a lot of U.S. players are going to get blown up. Nah, you're right. Let me go back and stand on that. Nah, let me say Asia's the best, and let me say U.S. is second. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that.
So third one will be Japan for you,
Yes.
followed by UAE
Oh my God.
or South America.
Are we just talking about the birds? If we're talking about the birds, then I'm gonna have to change it. Asia's number 1, UAE's number 2, and then US is number 3. Or Japan. Ah, God. This is too much. What are you doing? Players or region? Region. Asia's number 1. And everybody else is equally ass until they can catch up. That's my final judgment. Until we can prove otherwise. That's what it is.
I don't know about that because technically most of the big tournaments is won by Angrybird and Mena, and they're not from Asia.
I need help.
You know, I really enjoy
help.
I really enjoy how things has actually gone up to this state.
Yeah.
Because if we are having this conversation in Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 4,
Yeah.
it will be really boring
Yes.
if you don't say Japan.
Yes, right. Yes.
It'll be really boring.
Yes.
It's a good problem.
It's a very good problem.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have because you can see that every region is so scary. You know, I'm not don't get shit about it, but besides, you know, Bangladesh, you know, South Africa, you know, they just came into the scene.
Yes.
They not in Kakeru Cup like until last year. So they just came into the scene, and Australia actually only came into the scene earlier than them. And they used to be the 05 Warrior. They used to come to Kakeru Cup and they used to be the 1405 Warrior. But now look at where Australia is.
Yeah, they're getting the 3 2s and 2 3s.
Yeah, they're actually
They're
getting
stepping up.
Yeah, stepping up already. You know, like they're all the cha-cha, you know, or whatever ballet they're dancing. You know, right there is doing. Or the Kangaroos meet is doing a lot of help. I don't know if I
think you offended the entire country. All the Australians that are offended, just let us know. We apologize for. We know you don't eat.
Yeah, because I can't remember much about.
Yeah.
I can't remember much about Australia.
Are we canceled? Are we canceled? Are we canceled?
I'm not too sure about that, but they know we mean no harm.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what we think, what we thought.
So here's the solution, right? Because this is a very difficult question outside of who's the best. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. We need an event that showcases team tournaments, but you can only enter if you represent your country that you play for. That's the only way we'll know which region is the strongest or which region is the worst. The actual Olympics of esports, a real serious Olympic esport.
I like your style, and I feel like this should be implemented, but I also like the offline coming back. So when offlines come back, and although they always say that some region cannot afford to travel, but I do think that every region do have people. They can afford to travel. Every region, at least the top player, people are actually sponsoring. Like they get more opportunities to go to offline. So if offlines are back, and we can see how many countries are into Capcom Cup, like how we used to see it. So that's what I'm looking at, because right now Japan will always have 2 people or 3 people, which is too small for a region like that.
You're right. They need more representatives.
So that's what I really look forward to seeing. Like you said, the Olympic kind of a country only. And I also want to see offline. There's a lot of things I want to see, because now that it gets so exciting. I can't wait to see Team Mexico versus Team Argentina. Versus Team Singapore. And see how that goes.
Team Panama.
And all of a sudden, if it's a 3v3, you will grade Team UAE differently. Because if out of 3 people, there's 2 birds. Like you will not put UAE anything lower.
Mahmoud, step it up. Don't let them get away with this.
Yeah, they will be one of the best team out of nowhere. And
oh man. Okay. Well, let us know what you think is the best region and the worst regions right now, and we'll tell you whether or not you're right or wrong. Don't cancel us, and we won't cancel you.